Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are back. It's been a while for our pay-per-view roundtable. This time we are talking all about NXT Takeover 30 XXX. It is not a porn, it means it's the Roman numeral for the number 30. And we have with us this time the connoisseur of all reporting, one half of the Wednesday Night Warriors, and my esteemed co-host for True Rewind. It is the one, the only, Romeo Anthony Cologne.
Thank you. What a cast we have here. I'm so excited.
Absolutely, an esteemed cast because we have the other half of the Wednesday Night Warriors, my co-host on True Hill Heat 88, 87, 86. He's been a very busy man. He is the True Heel marijuana enthusiast and the co-host of Joints and Jabronis with his lovely assistant Mary Jane. This is the one, the only Chris G.
Oh yeah, you guys told me this was a porno. That's the only reason why I'm here. But I guess I got to talk wrestling today.
You know, I fooled you by just putting the XXX in the message, right? And we have a last minute addition, the Mr. Clutch of True Hill Heat, or as I like to call him, the Triple H of THH. He is fighting through injury. He is the artists collective of True Hill Heat as well, and the true draw. Pun intended. This is Josh. True Heel Josh is with us once again. Thank you for joining us, sir.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
And lovely shirt representing Street Fighter. But before we get into NXT TakeOver 30, this is a quick reminder to you, the folks at home, our very, very awesome viewers of True Hill Heat. Push that like button, share this video, and of course the iCard down at the bottom to subscribe. You can become a part of our 1K subscriber giveaway. We are very close, closing in on just over 200 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers, so you can help us out by sharing this video. And of course there is the bell down at the bottom to stay notified for all the great content right here on True Hill Heat. And even if you're watching on the phone, you could turn on those notifications and always be up to date when we have new content right here. So, Romeo, you are usually the quarterback on True Rewind. You're usually the quarterback on Wednesday Night Warriors. This is your domain. You love NXT. You love coming up with very ridiculous and illogical ways to disclaim that NXT is better than AEW. You don't have to worry about that this time. Just take it away.
Wow, that is an extremely long way of saying, Romeo, you are unbiased.
You are very biased.
Thank you for that introduction.
You don't even know the definition of unbiased.
NXT Takeover 30. I'll start very quickly running over the pre-show match. It was Legado del Fantasma versus Breezango versus Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. Triple threat winners are the number one contenders for Imperium. This is a nice little quick car crash. Breezango wins in 6:53. Breeze with a super kick to Oney. I checked Oney's Twitter. He says, in all caps, I got my ass kicked on NXT TakeOver pre-show.
I wasn't expecting Breezango to win that match. It was a very entertaining, fun, quick car crash.
And myself and Chris start off the night 0-1.
So do I.
Yeah, the actual NXT TakeOver. The intro is awesome. Fire, flames. Fire is the theme of the night. Vic Joseph with Corey Graves and Beth Phoenix from home. I missed Mauro Ranallo. TakeOver is not the same without Mauro. Vic Joseph did fine, but it's Mauro's territory.
It's not surprising Mauro wasn't on there with Corey being there.
It was a big difference, to be honest.
It didn't have the excitement.
Yeah.
No, I think on takeovers you need that Mamma Mia, and then you didn't get it not fucking once.
And not enough pop culture references too.
Yeah, Vic Joseph is like Tom Phillips. They're just basically they're both of them are just Michael Cole light. They are Michael Cole robots that Michael Cole made at the PC.
I would say I think Vic Joseph has a little bit more personality.
Have you
Mate,
seen the DMs that Tom Phillips sends? He's got personality. Finn Balor versus Timothy Thatcher. Good chemistry, a lot of mat wrestling. Thatcher chops the shit out of Balor's neck. Thatcher's going after Balor's leg hard. Balor still with the coup de grace. Sells it for a little bit, sells the leg. And then the 1916 for the win in 13:32. This is Finn's record 12th takeover win. Solid hard-fought match, and Thatcher pushed Balor to his limits here.
Yeah, these motherfuckers stretched each other. I like the counters towards the end. It was a good match. It was different. I'm not used to seeing Finn put on like a mat wrestling display, so that was pretty cool. And Thatcher's a sick fuck. I like him. It looks like he smokes Marlboros and chokes kittens. Just an observation.
We're off to a great start here.
I don't even know what to say to that. Yeah, the match was decent. I didn't expect much, but it was alright. It was a nice opener. I would say about 3.5.
I would go a little bit, I would be around that end, but I'll give it a little bit higher. I'll give it 3 3/4 stars. Definitely a really good technical wrestling match. These guys were working on the ground, and I just felt like it could have been a little bit longer. I felt like the match placement was a little bit off. I would have started things off with that ladder match, which we'll get into. But and I would have had this probably be the second or third match and make this a little bit longer, because those guys deserved a little bit more time, and with a little bit more time, it probably would have been the match of the night.
Sasha and Bailey are showing the crowd with their gold. It's gonna be a busy night for them tomorrow.
You don't have a match rating for it?
I'll give it 3.25.
And Chris, you don't have your unique rating system?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with stars this takeover. I'll go with stars.
Oh, yes. So
this is getting 3, but no halves, no quarters, no 3/4. So this is a 3-star match.
North American Championship ladder match: Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed, Damien Priest, Teen Dream, Cameron Grimes. Nice video package. Put a spotlight on everyone.
Wait, did you call him Teen Dream?
Oh shit! Oh, sorry, Velveteen Dream. Sorry.
Sweet.
Slip my head. By the way, anytime WWE tweets anything Velveteen Dream, you will see hashtag Fire Velveteen Dream, the first 4 or 5 comments on the thread. Cameron Grimes, 2 funny spots early on. He pulls out a Romeo-sized ladder that gave me a giggle, and he also does a split in between 2 ladder rungs. Bronson Reed had some Bam Bam Bigelow vibes going on with his gear.
Shout out to Nerds Clothing for the jacket for Bronson Reed.
Damien runs up a ladder against the ropes to front flip everyone on the outside. Candice stops Grimes from winning. Candice with a Hurricane Rana on Grimes onto everyone on the outside. Candice then also stops Reed. She holds onto his back as he splashes off the top of the ladder onto Johnny. Johnny sunset flip powerbombs Grimes onto the side of a ladder. Dream with a Dream Valley driver from the apron on Gargano into Priest onto a ladder outside. Dream climbs the ladder. Reed flips it. Dream goes diving into an announce table very, very far away. Vic Joseph is like, where did Dream go? Beautiful bump by Dream. Grimes is on his way to the moon. I was hyped. And then Gargano ruins things again. Eventually, Priest and Gargano both unstrap the belt, but Priest with the kick to Gargano. Priest is the champ in 21-23. My expectations for this match weren't high because of the New Orleans ladder match. You had to compare it to that. But I thought this match held up. I thought it was enjoyable. I'll give it 4 stars.
Really great match, in my opinion. This kind of those all the guys in this match It was very reminiscent of the New Orleans ladder match, in that the New Orleans ladder match spotlighted every single person in that match very well and their characters, and that's what they did here with Cameron Grimes, with his funny spots, and he's just the most entertaining and charismatic guy in this match. So he was like a lot of the glue of this match. At the same time, you had Johnny Gargano, who's Mr. Johnny Takeover and always out there performing. He had unique spots himself. I very much like the one final beat on the ladder into Bronson Reed, who had the ladder around his neck. That was a very unique spot. Bronson Reed definitely was spotlighted for being the biggest man in this match. And Velveteen Dream, he just played a great heel, and the fact that the other WWE superstars sound like they hate him as much as some people on Twitter do was very entertaining to hear during this match. And it just was very well booked, and Damien Priest winning was the right choice in my opinion. I picked him on True Heel Heat 88, so I agree with it, and I give this match 4.25 stars.
I like the fact that sometimes in a ladder match or these multi-man ladder matches, they have a spot that takes a while to get to, and like kind of has you for a few minutes, or a few moments, just like hurry it up. But they didn't have that in this match, and they did do a good job just showcasing everybody's ability. This guy's fucking splash, Bronson Reed's splash, was pretty cool. It made me a Bronson Reed fan. I'm sold on him now. I'm definitely looking forward to this stuff in the future. And Grimes missed the ladder. That was a scary spot.
Yeah.
He missed
the sunset bomb. Yeah.
He missed a lot of it. So that was it was kind of scary. It had me kind of worried there. I'm glad that Damien Priest won. The Puerto Ricans, baby, we champions. We won. We on top. I don't want to hear it, but no, it was a good match. I give it 4 stars.
Yeah, I gave it 4 stars as well. I felt like it was 20 minutes, right? It was about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that was a good time for that, because anything past that probably would have just dragged. I wanted Grimes to win, but I was fine with Priest winning.
They did try their best to be innovative. There was a lot of spots that you don't usually see in ladder matches. Like Chris said, the Bronson Reed splash with Candice on his back was innovative as hell. The Tower of Doom spot where I think it was Reed caught Grimes while 2 other guys are on the ropes, so Grimes catches the other guy in the German suplex while that guy's giving another guy a superplex. That was one of the most unique the Tower of Dooms that I've seen in quite some time, and I get sickened of multi-man matches with the Tower of Doom spot, but that was a very innovative way to get to it.
I was right picking Priest. Chris picked Grimes. Romeo 2-1. Chris 1-2.
And I got that one right as well.
Keeping score.
Oh, shocker.
Adam Cole, speaking of shock, versus Pat McAfee. William Regal beforehand in the pre-show says it's going to be 1-on-1. No interference on the outside. McAfee's on the mic beforehand. He's already got a logo. It's got for the brand, and it's a silhouette of him punting. His music is awful. No Bobski at all. Generic creator wrestler music. He's in a tank top and pants shorts. He's got knee pads, running shoes. Darius Butler, AJ Hawk, and some other guy, I don't know. Did you catch the guy's name, Chris? No? The other guy? Yeah.
I don't.
They're all wearing Cole Sucks shirts. And then Pat McAfee shocks the system. Pat McAfee exceeding all expectations, out here as nimble as Phoenix or Nick Jackson.
Come on. Come on.
Does a swanton.
I want to give this guy credit. Don't ruin it.
He does a swanton from the post onto his boys and Undisputed Era who came down. Pat takes good bumps. He throws good punches. These are not Shane McMahon punches. Cole pushes him off the top rope, and McAfee backflips and then runs and leaps to the top rope for a superplex, Kurt Angle-like. Pat eventually punts Cole in the balls and then right in the chest. Gray calls it a touchback. Cole kicks out. Then they climbs to the top rope. Like Pat McAfee climbs to the top rope, takes his shirt off, yells, "McAfee, baby!" He gets super kicked. Cole teases taking off the knee pad for the last shot. and Pat has a euphoric look on his face, almost begging for it. And Cole changes his mind and just does the Panama Sunrise instead. Beautiful. Cole wins in 16 minutes, 12 seconds. McAfee loses, but he won my heart. Pat McAfee, great job. Adam Cole proves he could have a match with a broomstick if you let him. Guys, what did you think of Pat McAfee?
I mean, I wasn't really surprised with his athleticism, to be honest with you. I've seen like videos of him working. So when he says that he's trained for 2 weeks, that's a bunch of bullshit.
Thank you.
that's a load of shit, by the way. But overall, I mean, I wasn't really surprised with it. Like I said yesterday, he's like a cleaner version of Shane McMahon, as in someone who, you don't expect much. He's not a wrestler, so you really don't expect much, but he did look decent. I
will say, yeah, he needs to work on his lockup.
He
needs to work on that lockup a lot. But other than that, man, I am going to say this is the best first ever matchup for anyone since our Lord and Savior, UFC Hall of Famer, and the baddest woman on the planet, Rowdy Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania 34. This is the best celebrity match, the best first ever match that I've seen for someone who is not a wrestler. I totally agree with Josh that the commentary took me out of the match a lot because I know for a fact this guy has been training for a couple of years. So don't keep telling me that he's been training for 2 weeks, because all it really does is tell the viewers at home, oh, anyone can wrestle. Because he
makes it look too easy.
Yeah, because he went out there and he performed crazy, really good. Like, I get they wanted to put him over, but he's the heel. So I rather had him on NXT. The one thing I would have added to his great promo on NXT is him tell the truth and say that he got drunk one night, got a ring in his basement, and he's been training for years with guys like Rip Rogers and stuff like that. They could have told us a long time ago that he was roommates with Baron Corbin. He could have said, Baron Corbin's been helping me out. He would have got even more heat from fans online if he would have said that he's friends with Baron Corbin. So I wish they would have said that, but other than that, this was by far one of the best celebrity matches that I've ever seen.
And it was a singles match. It wasn't
Yes.
a tag match like what Ronda had.
But to be fair, Ronda, a lot of her spots were with Stephanie McMahon. I'm sorry. Adam Cole, Stephanie McMahon. There's a big difference there.
Yeah, but then also with McAfee, if you notice, like during the match too, like certain spots look kind of weird, like where his placement was, it was kind of felt off. Well, that's understandable because he hasn't wrestled. I mean, remind you, he's been training, but it's like a lot of difference when you're training than when you're on a actual match.
Yeah, his athleticism was definitely showcased the most, and it impressed me because he's a punter. I didn't think he was that athletic. So it was cool. The Sheldon Benjamin, I that's the first thing I thought of as soon as he jumped on the ropes. The backflip was crazy. I thought he was going to do like a simple dive off the ropes into the crowd, but the senton bomb was dope. But Ray Phoenix or Kurt Angle, bro, whatever you're smoking off camera, send it my way so I could smoke it on camera. Please, begging you, because I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but it was pretty impressive. He needs work, like with just being on the mat. Like he doesn't have a feel for the ring yet. It's his first live match, so you expect the clunkiness. But his facials and the way he can sell and shit, like it's up there. Like it's good for somebody who just had their first match. So I hope he keeps taking it serious, keeps training. He could talk shit. He could be an interesting character.
Yeah, he proved me wrong. Like, I was very much down on this whole feud. I still don't agree with the way they started it off. I understand they wanted to start it off on his show, but it was just too obvious it was a work from the start for them to try to, like, pull it off like it was a shoot. So I wish it would have started kind of with even though I felt like he was obnoxious and took away from that tag team match between Imperium and Undisputed Era, I felt like it probably should have started there instead of on his podcast. But at the end of the day, he delivered a great go home promo on the NXT before this show. He performed great in the ring, one of the best celebrity first ever matches that I've ever seen. He looked in great shape, and even though he pulled off a lot of athletic moves, he was a great heel wrestler as well in this match. I gave this match 3.5 stars. Very well done, Pat McAfee. I'm impressed.
You get 3 stars from me, Pat. Keep it up.
3.75 for me.
You ain't getting no clap from me though.
The WWE champ is in the house. Drew McIntyre joins the booth and predicts Keith Lee to win. Kiss of death. Io Shirai versus Dakota Kai for the women's championship. As good as you would expect between these two, Dakota accidentally boots the ref. Io moonsault, but no ref for the pin. Raquel interferes. Dakota gets a great near fall after Raquel powerbombs Io. Io then moonsault to the outside to both of them, and then a moonsault to Dakota in the ring. Io wins in 17-14. After the match, Raquel lays out Io again. This is my brutality! Rhea Ripley comes down. Nothing happens, though. And then there's an awesome shot of Rhea staring at Io as she celebrates the win. Who wants to start? Io versus Dakota.
I mean, all I will say is that this match started off a little bit slow. And with Dakota on offense, I felt like it was kind of match. But once Io was on offense, she proved why she's one of the best in the world. And her selling also put over Dakota. The work on the arm was well done. But I just felt like Dakota felt like a very cold challenger. That I didn't feel like the match got into the next gear until the ref bump, and it just felt kind of overbooked at the same time. So I gave this match 3.25 stars. I just felt like it could have been a little bit better, but Io Shirai proven once again why she's one of the best in the world, and I'm very interested to see what's going to happen next, especially if we get Io versus Rhea on a takeover.
I gave this 3.5 stars.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this 2 stars because I thought it was gonna be a lot better than it really was. It was slow until the bump, and then Io turned up. I thought Dakota Kai was gonna be a lot better. I thought she was gonna show out. Like, I kind of compared it to the Io and Tegan Knox match where Tegan really like broke out. So I thought Dakota was gonna break out in this match, and I don't think she did. So just because.
Oh, I disagree with you. I enjoyed this match better than the Tegan one.
I didn't.
I disagree. I think the Tegan one was definitely much better. Tegan came off a lot stronger than Dakota did in this matchup, and yeah, I was just more interested in Tegan after the match than I am in Dakota right now. I feel like this was the apex for Dakota Kai's character.
I am much more interested in Dakota's character than Tegan's, especially because Tegan wants to have wine with Candice LeRae. Just want to have wine and talk shit over.
Oh, I'm not basing this on what Tegan has done since that match. I'm talking about in the moment of after that match. I was much more interested in Tegan than I was after watching Dakota after watching Dakota versus Io.
I gave it 3 stars. It did start off slow. Ended up being all right, but I felt like it really didn't go anywhere for Dakota.
NXT UK is returning on September 17th. That video was beautiful. I have missed the sweet sound of Walter's chop against another person's chest. I have missed it.
Yeah, this was the most hype that I've been about NXT UK since Walter versus Tyler Bate last year. So I'm very excited to see what they do. I'm hoping that we do get a TakeOver Dublin just so we can see Walter chop the shit out of Finn Balor.
And Ciampa also returns this Wednesday. Fuck Retribution, I guess.
Ciampa said fuck Retribution.
Put me back in NXT, damn it.
You want me to be a part of this shit? No. Put me back in NXT. I'll drop out.
Damien Priest is celebrating in the hot tub with two beautiful ladies, and he's got a little bit of the bubbler.
And one of them was Joey Janela's girl.
Oh, as a wise man once said, she belongs to the streets. Joey Janela on Instagram on that picture says, "Come on, man." We get the Karrion Kross, Keith Lee.
Ricans, man.
The Karrion Kross, Keith Lee video package again. And then Kross with his fire entrance. And this match for the NXT Championship, a shoulder block by Keith Lee to start. And immediately, Kross starts shaking his arm like it hurts. A few minutes later, he rolls to the outside with Scarlett favoring his arm. Ironically, Kross then starts working Keith Lee's arm. Side note, I am tired of the plexiglass banging at Full Sail. Oh, I wish this was at the Thunderdome. But Kross, with a bad arm, does a Doomsday Saito suplex on this big motherfucker. Then a cross jacket. Lee looks done. The ref raises his arm, drops it. Keith Lee comes back to life. I want to mention that I love this. Hulk Hogan was the master of this. They don't do this enough with the raising of the arm and dropping.
It's a good they don't do that shit. It's stupid.
Well,
they do one arm now. They do it one time now.
3 times is fucking stupid because everybody knows that. The third time, you know what I mean? So the first time, the one arm.
Like you're sleeping and then all of a sudden when you're about to get 3, all of a sudden you magically wake up. I call bullshit on that. I call bullshit on it.
Kross with a Doomsday Saito suplex off the middle rope with one arm for the win. 21 minutes, 50 seconds. And after the show, Triple H says Kross possibly separated his shoulder. To me, it looks like they may have called a different match with all those arm holds in the middle. And these two are capable of a much better match. Kross has an MRI on Monday to determine the severity of the injury. A separated shoulder can take anywhere from 2 to 12 weeks. I thought this was, knowing what we know, a gritty performance from Karrion. But the match was, it was what it was. I'll give it 2.5 stars.
Yeah, I'm going to give it 3 stars. Because it could have been a better match. Knowing what we know now, still was a decent match. I knew it, though. I fucking knew it. I'm happy. It's a bittersweet feeling because you never want to see somebody finally hit that point and then get hurt. And now the future is like up in the air. There's a lot of uncertainty. So we'll see what happens in the future. Keith Lee, man, what's going on? You think he's going to the main roster or?
I think he would have been under normal circumstances, but I think this Kross injury may change things.
All I'm going to say, congratulations, Karrion Kross. This was one of the best builds to someone winning the NXT Championship. I'm kind of sad that he got that injury, and we will see what happens in regards to his MRI. Hopefully he's healthy. I'm praying that he's healthy because this was a lot of work put in by not only him, Scarlett, and the NXT creative to kind of build to this moment. And in his biggest match ever, for him to get an injury like that would really be disappointing. That would halt kind of his reign. But, and this is a huge but, what the fuck was the point of Keith Lee winning the NXT Championship? No, don't worry. This is a rhetorical fucking question because I know the point. It was the counter-program Fighter Fest, but my God, NXT. Unless Keith Lee is coming up to the main roster to win either the WWE Championship or the WWE Universal Championship, I'm sorry. It would have been better if Kross defeated Cole on this show, like they set it up for, instead of them randomly just saying, you know what, we want to counter-program Fighter Fest, so let's give away our biggest match ever, champion versus champion, on a random episode of NXT with 2 weeks build. I rather had them have Kross defeat Cole, the longest reigning champion ever, because that would have put him over much better, and probably a shoulder block from Adam Cole doesn't get him injured. Just saying. And and then keep building Keith Lee in the for the North American Championship. Like, even though the ladder match, I rated it the highest so far of any of the matches on this card, I would have been fine with Keith Lee versus somebody else, versus multiple men, versus Damien Priest, versus Johnny Gargano and Bronson Reed on this card. No ladders involved, but him getting another big win, and then keep building Keith Lee as the longest reigning North American champion of all time, and then having the North American champion in Keith Lee versus the NXT champion in Karrion Kross. This match would have been even bigger on a WrestleMania weekend stage, and Kross would have still been put over very strong by defeating the longest reigning NXT champion of all time. You also could have gotten Cole as a babyface without bringing in a mainstream punter into the involvement, even though he was great. But I'm saying this was a very convoluted way to get your king of NXT as a babyface. It would have been better for Karrion Kross to make him that babyface by being a ruthless heel that was attacking the Undisputed Era in the backstage area to kind of build up him and Cole in the lead up to this. They could have just done this a lot cleaner, a lot smoother, and a lot of the things that have gone wrong in this build to Karrion Kross becoming champion would have not happened if they would have done it this way. Counter programming, it leads to bad things, apparently. I mean, who would have thunk it?
Good SP3. You gotta get this guy a blunt.
Ah, man, I'm just saying, like, it's just like I really enjoy NXT. I really enjoyed. No, let me put this better. I really miss the real NXT. I miss the WWE Network NXT when it was 1 hour. I didn't have to see each and every person every single week. Like, it was like 2-week breaks even in between seeing people, so they felt like bigger stars every time they appeared on the show. Now with 2 hours on USA, we have these counter programming booking, and the NXT Championship has been probably the best booked title of the past decade. And this is the biggest logic hole and the biggest like misstep that they have taken with this title since its inception. But in regards to the match, I'm sorry I went off on that rant and forgot to actually talk about the match. I agree with what Romeo said. The match felt a little bit off because of the injury. I gave the match 3 stars because it was well worked. With the injury, in thinking about the injury, it was still well worked, and Kross deserves a lot of credit for working the whole match with that injured shoulder. And the Doomsday Saito off the top rope was a great finish for the match, considering that he only had one arm to do it.
I gave it 3 stars, and I guess I was more glad that I was like, oh, it was an actual wrestling match and not a squash match. Or a match that everyone said that it was going to be less than 10 minutes. So,
Shouts out to our good friend Jessica.
Yeah, but then I mean, besides that, I mean, yeah, it made no sense. Like, if this is the way that you're gonna take the belt away from Keith Lee, it made no sense to put the belt on him in the first place. While like his build-up was so strong for the last few months, ever since Survivor Series. But I mean, overall, I mean, I'm glad Karrion won the title. Hopefully his injury is not serious. And then, you know, I also know that there's a certain group out there who wasn't happy about Keith Lee losing, but, you know, that's another story for another day.
I got a question for you. Do you think that Keith Lee is the weakest NXT champion or one of the weakest of all time?
No, I do remember reading it. It is the shortest reign. I think Sean Ross Sapp said that.
Damn, Keith Lee. Damn.
Yeah, it's between Lee and Gargano. I would say probably Lee just because it was the shortest, and also was the most meaningless just because of the time that they did it. If this is what you're going to do, we should have just kept the belt on Adam Cole.
All right, let's wrap up this takeover. Match of the night. I had the ladder match for the North American Championship.
I think that's unanimous since we all rated that the highest. Yeah, I agree. The North American ladder match.
The MVP, Takeover 30. I'm going to go co-MVPs, Damien Priest for winning the North American Championship and Karrion Kross for winning the NXT Championship, and also that incredibly gutsy, ballsy performance with one shoulder.
Cross, just more so that he worked through that injury, and Cole, I would say Priest for winning the title. He needed something at least. He went from a vampire to a playboy, so hopefully this will.
I am going to give it to an individual who was not able to win MVP in his original occupation, but he had, like I said before, one of the greatest celebrity first time ever matches that I have ever seen. The MVP punter, Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee had an amazing performance, well deserving of MVP in a losing effort in his first ever match. Brilliant.
If you would have told me weeks ago that SP3 MVP is gonna be Pat McAfee, I would have been like, "What happened?"
MVP McAfee. MVP McAfee.
But I'm gonna have to go with Damien Priest, yo. Putting on for the Boricuas out there, baby. And he was in the hot tub about to have a three-way dance. Come on. That is the greatest photo that Triple H has ever took ever. I don't want to hear it. He put on for us, and I'm proud of him. That's my MVP.
Jabroni of the night. On that note, I'm going to go to Jabroni as Joey Janela, because his girl is in a hot tub with the new North American champ, Damien Priest. Oh, she belongs to the streets, Joey. Oh, let her go. Let her go.
Typical Romeo picking at AEW.
It's like Wednesday Night Warriors all over.
Sunday afternoon.
I thought everyone did well. Well, I guess Velveteen Dream. Fuck them.
I'm gonna have to agree with Josh here. I'm gonna go with Cole LVPs here. I'm gonna go with Velveteen Dream and the shortest reigning NXT champion of all time, Keith Lee. And this LVP is not deserving. I'm gonna be honest, because it's more down to the booking. It probably should go to Shawn Michaels and Triple H more than Keith Lee, but since they burdened him with the tag of shortest reigning NXT champion, it goes to Lee.
Come on, bro, you could give it to DX if you want.
Okay, we're going a four-way LVP, Dream, Lee, and D Generation X. And I am also including Brian James, the Road Dogg, in that as well, because he's a part of the creative team as well. Awful counter-programming booking, you bitches.
That's an awful lot of jabronis. Shit, my jabroni of the night. Yeah, I'm like Josh, because I thought everything was pretty good. But yeah, Velveteen Dream, fuck him. Looking like a Cuban salsa singer. Get the fuck out of here. This is what you get. You get when you go through the table, bruh.
That was a nice bump that Dream did. Come on, guys.
It was a nice bump.
No, it was a nice bump. It just,
Well deserved.
To be fair, everyone else in that ladder match I felt was spotlighted better and more than Dream in that match.
By the way, Triple H in a post-conference interview said he was going back and forth. He didn't know if he wanted to change his mind to go from Priest to either Grimes or Reed to win that match. But in the end, he stuck with Damien Priest.
Good decision.
Guys, let's count it down. Everyone, I want you all to put your thumbs out. And in 3, 2, 1, we're going to do thumbs up or thumbs down for the entire show. So 3, 2, 1. Unanimous. Thumbs up from everyone. On a scale of 0 to 10, does everyone have a number they want to give this? I will go 6.4.
You never fail to underrate stuff. I'm gonna go with a I was gonna say 7.5, but I'm gonna go with an 8. I'm gonna go with the 8 strictly down to those first 3 matches. Those first 3 matches were really, really good, and I felt like the final two title matches kind of let it down. This would be a solid 8.5, 9 show if those two title matches would have gave us a little bit more. And Kross and Lee is down to the injury though.
I'm giving this a solid 7. And the reason is because even though we got the pre-show tag team match, I think we really missed that like tag team title match that makes takeovers epic. You know what I mean? So even though it was a good takeover, I that was missing for me. So it's a solid 7 though.
Yeah. Josh, do you have a number?
Yeah, I would say about 7.
Looking forward in NXT, I think we're gonna get Cameron Grimes versus Johnny Gargano based on that ladder match. I think we're gonna see that. Rhea Ripley versus Raquel, possibly. Are we going to see more Pat McAfee in NXT? Is Keith Lee going to the main roster? Ciampa's coming back. Is he going to be in the world title picture, or what is going to happen with the world title picture? We don't know. We gotta hear about Karrion Kross's injury. Like I said, it could be 2 to 12 weeks. Who knows? Depending on the severity. Anything you guys are looking forward to most going forward in NXT?
Pretty much all of it. There's a lot of intrigue. You know, they got a lot of good things going for them. It depends how WWE books it.
Yeah, I'd say the world title picture is interesting, and the North American title picture.
I mean, mostly, to be honest, I just think that they should just focus on NXT itself. They shouldn't focus on kind program. Like it's getting to a point that it's really affecting their product. Every time I'm watching it, there's always something that's like it's off, and it's not what NXT should be. So I think that's one of the things that they should be focused on. I mean, if they do it, I mean, it is what it is, but that's just my opinion on it.
Yes, you fine folks at home, our viewers, you know what to do. Push the like button if you enjoyed this pay-per-view roundtable. And of course, down below in the comment section, let us know what you thought about NXT Takeover 30. Give us your MVP, your match of the night, your LVP, and whether it got a thumbs up, thumbs in the middle, or thumbs down. Let us know in the comment section below. The iCard down at the bottom, you can push that to subscribe, and of course the bell to stay notified for all the great content right here on True Hill Heat. So for the connoisseur of all reporting, Mr. Romeo Anthony Colon,
the pride of NY on Twitter and Instagram, Wednesday Night Warriors here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, and True Rewind every Monday or Tuesday. This week, it'll be the Insecurity heard around the world as Owen Hart delivers a fateful blow to poor Shawn Michaels. Stay tuned for that.
For our True Heel marijuana enthusiasts, Chris G.
Yep, you can find me at spick_flair_woo 3 O's. I'm gonna have to change that soon before I get sued or some shit. True Hill Heat 88. Wednesday Night Warriors, Joints and Jabronis featuring my man Pie Hill Ness, hopefully, coming out soon. And Wednesday Night Warriors. Yeah, let's go. Can't wait.
Of course, our true draw, the Triple H of THH, the true draw himself, True Heel, Josh.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter, JMPunk321, and you're not getting my Facebook because I don't want those weird DMs.
You definitely don't. You definitely don't. Once again, like, share, and subscribe. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been NXT Takeover 30 Pay-Per-View Roundtable. We are signing off until next time.